Okay, once after completing these points that I have given, then you can refer this okay chapter, guys. Okay, observables and RxJS. This is very important topic. Okay, and very useful when we are in okay real time. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed what blocking and non-blocking, right? Blocking and non-blocking. Observables are going to be used for the purpose of non-blocking. Okay, without getting blocked. Okay, so we can implement the concept of observe. You can implement non-blocking implementation. Using non-blocking, just using non-blocking feature, what we can do is we can do multiple activities parallelly. Okay, one activity will not affect to other activity, one activity will not affect it to other activity. So that is the main okay, that is the main thing that we need to understand here. Yeah, let us come to the scenario, let us come to the points that we have here. Angular documentation, right? Okay, so we don't need to do this one. First I will show you something like observables in Angular. Just I'm going to tell you what are the default observables. There are three default observables available. One is HTTP, means HTTP client. We have used HTTP client, right? Using HTTP client, whenever we say HTTP client dot post or HTTP client dot get, HTTP client dot whatever methods we are working on it, right? That particular methods are going to be written observables. Okay, it is going to return observable. That is one type of observable we have worked with. Another is router. Router is going to be something like whenever we are working with router, when you are sending the parameters to receive the okay to receive parameters, okay, to receive parameters, this router is going to be helpful. While receiving this, observable is going to be useful. Router dot router dot. So this is okay, router dot not events. This is what, this is related to router, right? Router related params. Okay, router dot params we have used, right? Okay, we can use router dot params, and then we can use it. Another is reactive forms. Using reactive forms, what you can do is whatever data you are receiving, you keep getting on that information. Okay, these are the three implementations available, three different types of observables available in the Angular. But we can create our own observables, we can do our own logic. Okay, we can do our own logic. Okay, based on okay this observables, and using the concept of RxJS. Okay, RxJS is a framework. Okay, uh, right now I'm going to show you RxJS documentation also. Why? Because that is going to be useful, because that is very rich. Even Angular is going to use this RxJS framework. Okay, RxJS, RX100 Karbabu, RxJS. Okay, RxJS documentation. If you go to RxJS documentation, yeah, you can go to RxJS page. This RxJS page contains, oh, I think black lives. One second. What is fine? So this is RxJS related. Okay, framework. Angular uses internally RxJS only. So even not only Angular JS, even React JS. Okay, there is another framework like Angular JS, that is React JS. That React JS also uses internally RxJS only. Okay, RxJS only. That's why if you learn Angular JS and other things, related things, you can work with any front-end frameworks like React JS or IVY, some few other frameworks also there. We can work with those things also. Okay, becoming expert in one UI framework is difficult initially. Once it is done, then you can learn any UI frameworks, because internal things are almost the same. Now here in the RxJS, okay, RxJS, there are so many things are there. If you go to operators, this is a point where you can go there, guys. Go to operators, you have to learn here. Okay, we have to learn things from here, but you don't need to learn all these things. There are so many things are there. There are creation operators are there, creation operations are there. Okay, and then okay, join creation operations are there, and then transformations also there. Okay, filtering operators, there are so many filtering operators are there. Okay, again join operators or multicast operators, error handling operators, utility operators. There are so many things are provided. You don't need to learn all these things. Okay, but we are going to cover the things which are provided here in the Angular. Of course, why I have shown you this RxJS means in future, if you want to implement complex operations, you can come here and you can verify which operation is going to be suitable for you. Okay, to verify this website for your according to your requirement, you can verify this website and then you can check. This is official website from RxJS. RxJS is a utility framework, UI framework. That framework has been used by Angular. Okay, so that's why you can use this things available here in your project also, no problem. How to use means if you know basic things, you can come here and then you can refer whatever you need. But let us focus on the things which are available here in the RxJS library. Yeah, coming to the RxJS library, here we have a diagram. Yeah, here diagram. We are going to cover these points. Okay, let us cover these points related to observables. Okay, related to observables, we'll be working on this. Okay. Coming to here, creation. What is this, guys? From event off. We'll be working with these things, guys. From off, from event creation. Of course, if you refer RxJS directly, don't refer RxJS directly initially. First, come here and then check this in the RxJS library. So whatever basic things are available, these are the important things, right? I'm going to cover these points. From event off. Here there are so many things are there, right? Creation. Yeah, where is that creation? Yeah, creation. See here, from event off. Okay, apart from there are so many things are there. Of course, we are going to use interval, we are going to use a timer. Okay, where is timer? Yeah, we are going to use primer. Yeah, we can check even with the range. Okay, so yeah, we'll cover this and then okay, will be not completely, I'm not going to completely all the operators available in the RxJS, but I'm going to cover all the RxJS things which are listed in the official website of Angular. Of course, this makes you to understand RxJS. This makes you to use RxJS other features also. Okay, if you learn the things what I'm discussing, right? If you are okay with all these things, then you can come to here and you can refer whatever you want. You can refer and you can work with those things, guys. Okay. So now, yeah, without discussing further, let us enter into working with these things. I want to create observable now. Okay, I want to work with observable. I want to create my own observable. Okay, so to create our own observable out of some values. Okay, out of some values. First, what is this? Creation. Okay, so remember that creation, filtering, using. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me first work on this creation. How to create this? Yeah, he has created, right, one, and then go to your ng. Okay, the application has, I just have created one application and then just providing. Okay, now let me open app component.ts. Here what I want to do is within the constructor, okay, or ng init. Okay, within the constructor. Oh. Within the constructor, I want to create something. Okay, ng rx. Okay, creation. Okay, first I want to create observable. To create observable and all, to create our own observables. Okay, let us go to, for examples, I want to use import RxJS. Import from RxJS. RxJS, and one more thing is RxJS from RxJS slash operator. Okay, these are the two things are going to help us. Okay, to work with RxJS means observables. Okay, remember that when we are using HTTP, object, or when we are using router parameters, there also we are using observables, right? And we are going to use reactive form. Okay, when we are using reactive form also, there also we are going to use NCRX internally. Okay, we are using observable means observable uses internally RxJS API. Now we are using directly in RxJS API to create our own operators. Let us look at it. What I can do is to work with RxJS, I need source data. Means like whenever we are using HTTP, whenever you call http.get, then what it is going to happen, it will go to the backend and then it fetches the information. Okay, it fetches the information. Now that information, based on the information, I have to display the data. I have to display that particular data. Okay, now, yeah, it involves generally when we are going to use this operators means, when we have long running operation, something like this. Now I want to do some operation. That operation should run parallelly. Operation should not block other operations. For that, what I can do is provide some values over there. You can provide n number of values. See, now of operator, this can be called as of. Using of, you can create observable. Okay, you can create observable. Out of this, what you can do is you can say subscribe. Whenever you are using observable, okay, right? So this observable contains a method called subscribe. What it is going to do, we are going to take these values one by one. First it is going to take this value and then it is going to provide it, and whatever value you want to do with this, you can do it. Okay, something like what inside this subscribe, you can take like this is a method, right? Console.log a. Yeah, see here, this is a method we have used here. Subscribe. Okay, take one success method. If you have error while reading error, you may get error method also you can provide. Once after completion, you can write another method also. Once after completion, you can write another method also. Let us write the same method here. Okay, what is this? This is going to be like error. Okay, if error comes, this second method is going to be coming. Okay, here there is no chance to get error method. And third method is something like third doesn't take any parameters, but it is going to say what third method is completed. See here, completed. See, what are the things available here means subscribe method. Previously we have used only two methods, success and then failure. Here we can work with the completion also. Okay, now what it is going to do is first it is going to take this value, and then if it is successful, then it is going to call this. If it is error, it is going to call this, right? Next, this is going to call only once after completing all the values. After all values are processed, then this is going to get executed only once. After completing of all these values, then it is going to get executed. Okay, now this method is going to get executed every time, multiple times. If it is successful, it is going to get executed. If it is successful, this method is not going to get executed. If it is fail, then only it is going to get executed. Okay, I have written this code where, okay, I have created it and I'm using it. Inside the subscribe, I'm using it. Inside the subscribe, I'm using it. Okay, See here guys, I'm using it. All right. Yeah, I have written all this code in the constructor, right? Yeah, it is not going to display anything in the browser, but it is going to display in the console, browser console. Okay, let us go to here and go to inspect. You can go to the console. Okay, just provide this. Oh, what happened? 1 second. Okay, no. What is the wrong is going? Okay. Console dot log I have used. If I say log, all levels we have provided. Okay, instead of log, provide debug. What's the wrong? We can check it out. Oh, this is also not happening. Let us check here. See this error here. We did not see this error here. Export from RxJS compact operator. It is something is happening. Okay, let us check this. Okay. Now let us see sir, ng sir. If you have any errors, it will be displayed. Otherwise, okay, yeah, let us look at it, guys. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now these are the values available here. 1, 3, 4, 5 values, right? I will come to here. Okay. So what is the change I have applied? I want to tell you that, yeah, the constructor, I have taken constructor, right? Instead of taking constructor, actually while creating the constructor, the that API is not going to get loaded. Okay, that's why the complete API is not going to get loaded. After creating the object, you can use it. So otherwise, we did not discuss about this ng implements on it, right? Just I have to testing purpose, I had just taken like implements on it. What I will do is I'm going to take my own method. Okay, test method. Okay, let it be test method. Okay, test it. Let it be test method. Okay, I'm going to explain you how what I have written, or I'm going to write whole concept here. Yeah, I have only test method. Let us look at it. So even console, I'm going to take console dot app component, console dot app component, console dot app component, console dot app component. Okay, see, this is something like test.console.log app component is going to be available here. Now let us go to the scenario. What is that scenario? App component is available, right? Yeah. Now what is the method I have taken? Test method. Let us go to the HTML part. Here I'm going to take a button. Now I did not write any code. Until now I did not write any code related to RxJS or observables. I'm going to take now click. Okay, now I'm going to call the method. I'm going to call the method. What is that method? Test method, right? Yes, right. Now here, whenever you click on this test method, then this method is going to get called. Here, what I would like to do is I would like to work with the observable. I want to create data. Okay, what values I want to take this value. Okay, I want to create observable from values, different values. Actually, this data may be coming from backend, or this data may be coming from Excel file, or that can be, no matter. These values are coming in. We have list of values. We want to take this list of values and we want to do something. Okay, we would like to implement something. Okay, to implement something, what you can do is of, yeah, you can provide some data. Okay, sorry guys, it got disconnected and reconnected. Okay, my voice is visible, right? My screen is visible to you, right? Guys, can you please confirm me? It got disconnected and reconnected. Yeah, fine. Now, out of off, if you want to use off, what you need to do, you have to use this from RxJS. Okay, remove this also. From RxJS, there is a off operator is there. Using this off, you can create the observable. This is the observable. Observable, yeah, you can take like even where obj something. You can take like this observable. This is observable now. Okay, this is going to be the observable. You can use this observable. We have created our own observable with our own values, and we can take these values one by one. Okay, you can take these values one by one. How can we take these values one by one? Means observable dot, see here guys, what you can do is subscribe. Yeah, this is observable. Subscribe, take this as subscribe. Within the subscribe takes what, 3 methods. Now let me take simply only one method. Okay, one method. Yeah, every time value is going to be provided. Console dot debug or console dot log. Okay, log obj a, right? Obj dot subscribe a, console dot log of a, console dot log of a. So of all these values, okay, all these values we have provided, right? Okay, all these values we have, right? Where obj of all these values. Okay, now what it is going to do is whenever we subscribe, then only values are going to be retrieved. We are creating the observable. Using the observable, what you are doing, we are subscribing it, and then we have provided this method. You can provide 3 methods: success method, failure method, and complete method. Let me take only success method here. Okay, I have provided success method for this subscribe. What it is going to do is every time it is going to take value and it is printing some values log. Okay, you are printing in the console. Okay, you are printing in the console, right? This is one. Okay, every point we are taking one by one value. So let us look at it, guys. When it is going to get executed, this is going to get executed whenever you call this method. When we are calling this method, whenever you click on this button, the method is going to get called. Okay, so click. See here guys, what happened? 4, 5, 6, 7, one by one value got printed properly. So now these values are very few values are there. These values may be, number of values may be available. Okay, while it is executing and while it is processing, this is not going to get blocked. This is going to non-blocking mechanism. Okay, so this is going to be non-blocking mechanism, right? Yeah, this is a simple example. And what you can do is you can write, even this is simplest way also. See here, you can provide, this is also, yeah, see here guys, this is act as a parameter. This is going to be one line statement. You have only one statement in the function. You can simply write like this. This is a shortcut way when you are writing one statement inside this method. Okay, yeah, this is also perfectly works. Click on this one, all values are getting one by one values it is getting. Okay, so now this is from off, we are getting the values. We are creating observable using off. Using off. All right, using off. Okay, the next thing. Okay, test 2. Let me create another, okay, source. Okay, this is the source of data. Okay, this is using of, you can provide data. Okay, you can provide this data. Okay, so you can provide this particular data. All right, you can provide data in another way also, like from, you can say from, and you can provide some data like this. Okay, you can provide data using some array. Yeah, instead of providing normally like this, If you want to provide data using array, then we are going to use from. If you want to use data directly values, then we are going to use of. If you want to use values in the form of array, okay, in the form of array, yeah, you can provide. This is the difference between of and from. Using from, you can provide array of values. The same way, from is also going to be used what? Where obj2, obj2, right? Obj2 dot, okay, subscribe. Of course, we have only few values, right? Subscribe, same thing. If you want to use those values one by one, what you can do, you have to subscribe it, and then you can say shortcut way. I'm going to write console dot log, okay, console dot log, what is it, b, okay, simply. And I'm going to create another button to call this test2 method. Whenever you call test2 method, you know, observable is going to be created. From observe, from we can create observable, and then we can read. Yeah, go to here. Okay, test and test2. All right, this is going to be something like test and test2. Okay, this is going to be test and test2. Okay, yeah, whenever you see this test method and the test2 method, whenever you see test method and the test2 method, okay, see, let us look at it. Oh, go to here and then provide a test2 method. Now I'm going to click on test2 method. See what happens if I click on test2. See, test, whenever you click on test2, see here guys, what happened, 4, 2, 5. Yeah, let's look at it. So nothing is going to get blocked. Yeah, see here guys, 4, 2, 5, 5, some values are there. If even you can click on both the things also, okay, they're not going to get okay, blocked. If one is working, one thing is not going to, okay, stop for another thing. Both are going to work parallelly. That is the speciality in non-blocking mechanism. This observable is purely non-blocking mechanism. Okay, this is non-blocking mechanism. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is of, from, of. We have created observable from of. We have created observable from, right? Next, we'll be discussing. We'll be taking test 3. Okay, we'll be working with the test 3, where we can create, of course, so these values I'm taking static data we are taking. When we are working with real time, we are going to take so many things, guys. This data may be coming from other places, okay, other things. We can do something. We can do many more things. Okay. Now, first I'm showing you how can we create observables using of and using from, and then okay, there is a concept called okay, so from event. Okay, from event. From event. Okay, got it. From event, using from event. See, you have to use from event here. Okay, whenever you see from event, this from event is, it will take like document. Let us see document. Okay, I think so. Click and document, or document and click. Okay, so this is a right syntax. So meaning that it keeps generating the events. It is going to generate the events actually. Whenever you click on the document, document means total HTML page. Wherever you click on this, it will give you, okay, one input. This is going to work always. See here guys, obj3 dot subscribe. Okay, obj dot subscribe. We can take like this within the subscribe. Yeah, see console dot log of console dot C, just print the C. Now what happens means, whenever you click on the event, okay, whenever you click on this is very interesting guys actually. Okay, this is going to work throughout the application. Anytime it is going to work. Whenever you are clicking on some document, this logic is going to get executed. This observable is going to be executed. It keeps on running. It tries to read the event. Which event it is taking? Click. I have taken click. You can take other events also. Now, if you click on here, what happens? Not one time. Okay, it is going to keeps receiving click events multiple times until the browser is available. How many times you click on click, how many times you are going to click on click, so it keeps generating the values. It keeps generating the values. Okay, fine. Okay, let me take this let me call this method from the UI. Let us take br also. Okay, then button. After clicking on the button, now this method is going to be called, this method is going to be called, test3 method is going to be called, and then you can say test3, you can click on, yeah, see here, if I click on this, it is not happening because still the observable is not created. If I click on test3, then observable is created. See here, one event came here, and then let's look at it guys. If I click on wherever I click, see here, so mouse related, where I have clicked, see here exactly, you can see the screen X, screen Y, all this information you can receive wherever you click. Okay, how many times you click, it keeps, okay, yeah, this observable is working, right? It keeps receiving the events, right? The same way other observables also you can write, other clicks also happens. Okay, and you know, if you click on this, it is going to happen. All these three things are going to work parallelly also. Okay, of course these are the things is going to be to finish the event, but this is continuous test3, meaning that from event it is continuously running background. It is going to be run in the background continuously. That's why if I click somewhere, it is going to, okay, log the mouse event related data is going to get printed. All right guys, this is the main things that we have to discuss. Okay, what is it, what are the things we have discussed here? Now if you come here, first one is off. We have used off, and we have used from, and we have used from event. Okay, from event. Same way we can work with timer. Okay, timer is very interesting thing. Okay, that we can discuss it now. Let us go to the test4. 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 Okay, see, this is going to be the test4. Here in the test4, you can take obj4 equal to, I want to take timer. See here, timer, we can take some, okay, see here, I have provided timer. Okay, then from the timer, what you can do is observable dot subscribe. Okay, subscribe, yeah, this is same. Just I'm not writing any logic, just I'm verifying the values of sources. This can be called as, you can say, source. Yeah, because this is a method, right? Okay. We have to call test4, we have to call test4, we have created timer. Now timer I have provided 1000 indicates what? Okay, if I click on timer, So see here what's happening. So exactly, okay, it has taken 0. See what happened, 0. And this is what timer. It is going to count the time. It is going to count the time. It has after 1 minute it got provided, right? So maybe like you can take something like this. See here what happens now. What happens after 1 minute, for every half second, sorry, not 1 minute, one after second, 1 second, after 1 second, okay, then it starts emitting the values, okay. See here, after 1 minute it's emitting the value for every half second. After 1 second, first value is after 1 second. So maybe like I'm going to give you 0 means immediately it starts without waiting. This is the first thing is wait, and then second thing is, okay, interval. Okay, you can provide 1000 or 2000. I'm going to take 2000 means 2 seconds. Okay, now if I click on when it is going to start, whenever you click on test 4, see here guys, it keeps after every 2 seconds, after 2 seconds it is going to emitting the value, but 1 2 3 4 all these values it is going to generate. I'm not generating 1 2 3 4 and all. This is giving, this number is giving to us, that's it. So this is nothing but this is going to get executed every, okay, 2 seconds, every 2 seconds. This is a timer. Okay, these are the sources. Actually these are the different sources that we have to have. All right, yeah, timer, all these values. And then the same way, what are the different sources that we have to create observables? Okay, with our data, using of, using from event, using timer. Okay, so we have created our timer objects. We have created our observables. Once after the observables, we are doing it. Okay, among these 4, can you please tell me guys, my question to you people, I'm expecting answer from you. Which two things are continuously executed? There is no stop for them. For which 2 things are running continuously? Can you please tell me guys? We have how many things? Off, from event to timer. I have shown you 4, right? Among 4, which 2 things are continuously running? Can you please tell me? Yeah, see here guys, this is what now test 3 and test 4 I click, so that for every 2 seconds the value is printing. The same way if I click on this one, this is also working. Okay, now can you please tell me guys, all these things are working, okay, one after another, or okay, my question, immediate question is, these things are working parallelly or one after another? Can you please tell me guys, all these things are working parallelly or one after another? I would like to use vocabulary like, is it blocking or non-blocking? Is it blocking or non-blocking? These things are blocking or non-blocking? Good, super guys, super. Okay, these things are running continuously. These things are running continuously. See here, it is still running. Okay, still running. It's happening like this. Okay, yeah. So blocking and non-blocking, we are working with non-blocking functionalities, right? What they are saying, the question is, from event, what from event is doing? Whenever click, then only it runs. Okay, do you accept it? Okay, there are 2 things are there, and let me answer this. Because it is running, then only when I click on this, then only it observe it. If it is not running internally, if you click on that, it is going to work or not? Mahesh, this is question for you because you asked me one question. Yeah, from event, you are asking like actually whenever you are clicking on it, it is running. You are telling no. Actually, what's happening internally? When I click on test 3, after clicking on the test 3, then it started, observable started. In the back end, it start running observable. Then it keeps verifying always whether you are clicking or not. So because it is running internally, whenever you click on it, immediately it takes the click event and then it is displaying. Okay, this is what you need to observe. Okay, all right, yeah. Did you get answered? Yeah, fine. So it keeps running. It keeps running. Then only if I click on it, it is working. If you stop it, then okay, if you click on that document, even then you click on document, it is not going to give you the problem. Okay, it is not going to give you the problem. All right, yeah. Okay, if you want to stop this, if you want to stop it, what you need to do is, now I'm going to take another method, test 3 and the test 3 stop. Okay, see here guys, stop, just I have taken like this. I'm going to take like test 3 stop. Okay, we are in test 3 stop. Okay, yeah, whenever you click on that method, we have to stop it. To stop it, actually the method, the you know, we have to say something like observable dot, okay, we have to, okay, see here subscribe, right? You have to take subscribe here. Yeah, let us look at it guys. Subscribe, yeah, you can take like subscribe. See here guys, just I'm going to show you first. Okay, subscribe dot closed. Okay, subscribe dot, what is the method we have? Maybe like remove, yeah, remove method. Yeah, whenever you say this is going to be removed. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, see here, this is going to be unsubscribe. We need to use unsubscribe. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, we have done like this, right? I'm going to explain you right now. Okay, this is the subscribe. If you want to stop it, what you need to do is I have to unsubscribe it. How to unsubscribe? Actually, when you click on test 3, I have to unsubscribe it. Okay, the same way if you click on unsubscribe test 4, then also we have to subscribe. Let us focus on first test 3. Okay, let us test 3. I have written another method. Okay, to unsubscribe, what is the thing that you need to do is, whenever you are subscribing, this subscribing is also going to return one variable, that is, okay, unsubscribe. This is observable object. Maybe like you can take, I think, observable, let's say observable of some any, you can take like, just look at it. I think it is not going to, okay, observable, cannot find observable. Okay, see here guys, the type is observable object. This is observable type object. Okay, this is going to be observable because observable needs to provide what kind of data it is going to be provide, because we are sending this data into events, right? Event data we are getting, right? That's why any means any kind of data can be provided here. Okay, that's fine. You can remove also, just for showing the type of object it is. Now the same way, whenever you subscribe it, subscribe method will give you subscription object. Okay, subscription. Okay, the type is subscription. Okay, subscription. obj3 dot subscribe c dot console dot log c. Okay, it is going to be something like log C. Okay, obj3 dot subscribe dot console dot log C. You see, this is going to be something like this. Okay, now, yeah, this is not over actually. Using this subscription, yeah, listen carefully. This is not, yeah, actually we are just directly subscribing, right? Before, now, whenever you subscribe, whatever data it is going to return, it is going to be taken. Even, of course, this is also not required. Typing is not required here. Using sub, what you can do, you have to unsubscribe. You have to call a method called unsubscribe. Okay, you have to call the method called unsubscribe. Okay, you have to call unsubscribe. But when I have to unsubscribe, not here. Okay, you have subscribing and immediately unsubscribing. No, I don't want to do like this. I want to call this unsubscribe in this method. But if I want to unsubscribe here, this is not available. Okay, to make it available, what I need to do, I need to take this variable outside of the class. Okay, outside of this class. So don't take var here. We can take simply sub, let it be. And here what happened? Yeah, take sub and here. If this variable is available here, okay, if this variable is available, this dot sub, right? Yeah, if this variable is, we are taking, and then we are assigning this subscription to this, and then what you can say subscription dot unsubscribe. This is something like unsubscribe. Sub dot unsubscribe. Yeah, here this is the sub, and we have to say this dot unsubscribe. This dot subscription dot unsubscribe. This is how we can do it. Okay, whenever you use unsubscribe, then it is going to be finished. Okay, let's see test 3. Now see here guys, I am working. Yeah, it is working now. Internally it is running fine. Now I'm going to say, yeah, remove all these things. I have removed it. Now I'm clicking it, still working. Whenever I click on test 3 stop, then yeah, I'm clicking on this. Let's look at it guys. Nothing is, okay, nothing is printing here. We have stopped it. The same way we can write unsubscribe logic for test 4 also. Okay, for test 4 also. Okay, so let us go to again test 4. For that, what I need to do, whenever you are taking subscription, right? When you are taking subscription, take one. Okay, so what is this? Timer subscription, just variable. You can take anything, but make it this instance variable. Okay, instance variable. If you declare over there, then you can use it this dot time subscribe, and then okay, so that this is available. First, whenever you click on test 4, then subscription object is going to be set into this variable. Okay, this is going to be, whenever I'm going to write another method, test 4 stop test 4, any method, whatever you want, you can provide it. Here what I can do is this dot time subscribe time sub dot, you can say what, unsubscribe. That's all. Okay, whenever you click on test 4, it is going to get executed. Whenever you click on, yeah, I want to call this method from here by providing another method. Okay, within the same, you may provide method test 4 stop. You can provide like this. Test 3 stop method. Oh, test 4 stop method is available. Oh, method is different name. Huh? Okay, stop test 4. Okay, stop test 4 method. That's it. Okay, test 4 method. You can provide like this. Okay, now see here guys, test 4. I clicked on test 4. For every 2 seconds, these values are printing, right? Now, yeah, it's keep working. Now I want to stop it. Test 4 stop. Yeah, I just clicked on test 4 stop. Yeah, the values got stopped printing. Got it guys? Subscribe, unsubscribe. Subscribing, unsubscribing, both are important. Okay. I stopped it. Okay. 1 second. Let me repeat this. I just stopped the recording for this. Instead of timer, we can use what? We can use, where is this? Where is this? One event. Interval, yeah. Instead of using timer, I have used interval, right? What is the difference between interval and timer? If I take timer, then you have to provide starting, when it has to start, and then you have to provide the interval, meaning that when it has to get repeated, how much time it has to, in how much time it has to get repeated. So if you take interval, directly only interval. Okay, yeah, this is the interval. And I always refer this RxJS only because I like RxJS, because this API is going to be common for any framework. And of course Angular is also using this RxJS. Okay, so when you are working with this Rx directly, you feel like RxJS is something different. Okay, and then I like to be open RxJS website. This is the official website of RxJS. And then of course you don't need to learn all the things related to RxJS right now. If you are familiar with a few things right now, okay, when you are working in projects according to the requirements, you can come to this RxJS directly and you can implement it. Okay, so if I show you only things available in the RxJS related to Angular documentation, then you feel like only RxJS is related to only Angular. But it is not like that. RxJS API is used by Angular. So that if you learn RxJS directly, then it is very easy to implement RxJS whenever it is required. You can refer the documents whenever it required. Okay, so this is interval 1000, right? Let us go to other things here, maybe like range. Let us go to the range. Even generate means random values, generating the random values. Okay, let me show you. That is also generate is something like it keeps giving random values. Okay, you can provide the conditions as well. Okay, it keeps generate values. Okay, you can check the sample things also. Okay, initial state, parameter is initial state, and then condition, iteration step function, something, there are some parameters. What is the initial state? Okay, provide, like I'm going to provide one more, okay, source. Source means where you can generate the values. What is that? We have generate, right? Generate means this generate is going to generate random values continuously. It is going to generate random values continuously. Okay, first let us take test 5. Test 5. Okay. Generate, provide some value. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Somebody asked me, we got this question also. The question is, if we don't unsubscribe it, what kind of problems we are going to face? Okay. The problem is, there are two types of problems are there. Processing, okay, processor time. Processor time, if you don't require, you have to stop it. You don't require, but it is still running, means unnecessarily time waste of processor, because processor time is very precious. If processor time is working on unnecessary things, our application is going to waste the performance. Okay, unnecessarily it is spending on unnecessary thing, right? That is the problem. And one more thing is memory. Okay, unnecessarily objects will be available in the memory. Okay, objects will be available in the memory. Memory is also very precious. Memory means RAM. To run any program, RAM is required. RAM space is required. Every program is in your system, whatever operating system is running, whatever software you are running, any program has to come into the RAM. Any program has to use the RAM space. If RAM space is low, then our system is going to become slow. Then you have to remove unnecessary objects from the memory. If you are not unsubscribing it, unnecessary objects will be stayed in the memory. Okay. In two ways, it is going to get performance hit. One is unnecessary space is going to occupy, unnecessary processing time is going to spend. Yeah, one more question is, where can we find real-time use of observables? Yeah, I will come to that. I will come to that. Okay, one of the example is, okay, so Manohar, whatever question you are asking, right? This is Srinivaslu, you are okay? Yeah, all right, right. Okay, the question is, where we can use real-time functionalities. So I told you yesterday right? That is displaying score. Okay, score. When you are QuickBiz, if you go to QuickBiz, in QuickBiz, you are going to read the data from backend. It is going to display it. Okay, to get the latest data, one observer is busy in going to backend and getting the information. Because of that, that is keep working internally. Because of that, other things are not going to get blocked. Okay, example. And then if you open your Facebook, recently, I mean from 1 year onwards, okay, video is going to be played and still you can work on it. Okay, one observer is going to busy with displaying the video. At the same time, you can scroll down to the Facebook. Parallel things are happening. One observer is busy with displaying things. Another observer is displaying your page. Because of the video, you don't need to stay back at the same place. Still you can watch and then you can scroll down the Facebook pages. Okay, you can see so many scenarios if you open your real-time applications. If you go to the banking, okay, if you are working with stock exchanges, okay, at one place some values are updating, another place some other values are updating, in another place some other values are updating. All these values are updating, okay, all these values are updating continuously, okay, without affecting another one. If they are synchronized, if they are blocked, if one is completed then only another is going to work, means stock exchange will not be working. Whatever website you take, latest websites, okay, if you take latest websites like Facebook or Gmail or all these things are going to be happen. Even if you take TikTok, what TikTok is going to do internally, it will display all your videos, that is fine, but background, it is parallelly what it is going to do, it will take all your data, it will collect all your data and it keeps sending the information to background, their servers. So it is stealing all your data in background. Even though you stop playing the video in TikTok, it is busy with collecting your contacts, collecting with other things, collecting your your places you have visited. All this information is going to be taken by TikTok, and then it is going to be sending. Not only TikTok, all most of the Chinese apps doing the same thing, stealing the data, right? It is going to do parallelly. It makes you busy in watching the video. In background, what it is going to do? It is going to do other activities. Okay, and that is a thing that you can see. Yeah.